Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Writing with Miss Anjos and Khaleesi. Today is day 3 of distance learning, which means today is Friday, March 20th, 2020. All right, before we get started on anything else, we need to make sure we have all of our materials. So again, if your family picked up that packet, you're going to take out your packet, take out your fully sharpened pencil with an eraser, and if you are following digitally on the computer at home or on a device, I'm going to be showing you where to find what you'll need for today next. All right, if you are accessing this on the computer or a tablet at home, I'm going to show you where you can find it. So you're going to go, same as yesterday, distance learning materials. You're going to click on first grade because that's still us. You're going to go right to writing. And today I'm very excited because we are actually going to be writing an opinion on what we feel about a certain topic. So we're not going to do it on a read aloud today. So you're going to go to just argument prompts. You're going to go to 320 and click on that prompt. Your prompt should look like this. It says, should kids get paid to do chores? I already know that you're all just itching to answer this question and you have so many reasons why. But before we get to that, I want to make sure everyone has their materials. So check if you have that right prompt paper. It should be the 3rd page in your writing packet. Make sure you have a planning page and make sure you have a pencil with an eraser and make sure it is fully sharpened so we can get through this whole lesson nice and smooth. Go ahead and check that now. And we're back. Now, before we get started on our plan, I'm excited because today we are writing our opinion on a topic, which is one of Miss Andrews' favorite things to do. All right, so let's get started. Should kids get paid to do chores? Now, we're either going to agree with this or disagree with this. Now, when we express an opinion, it's an important thing to think about what side you're going to be on, the agreement or the disagreement. Now, I want you to put yourself in the place of this question and think, you, as kids, do you think you should get paid to do chores? Think about it. Think about why you might feel that way. And when you're done, you can call it out. You can whisper it. You could tell Khaleesi. All right, so go ahead and do that now. Should kids get paid to do chores? I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to do that. All right, so where I stand on this is kids should not get paid to do chores. Now, that's just my opinion. Everyone has one. It does not mean it's a fact. But when you express your opinion, you have to make sure it's clear before we can move into the proving of why. Now, we're going to start with our topic sentence. I just told you I don't think kids should get paid to do chores. So I'm going to write my topic sentence down, and as I write mine down, you are going to write yours. So here I go on my box and bullet plan. Kids should not get paid to do chores. That's it. Nice and clear so everyone knows exactly how I feel. Go ahead and make sure that you're finishing yours. Sorry guys, putting Khaleesi back in her home. All right, now we have to think of why we feel the way we feel. Now, when I think about how kids should not get paid to do chores, right? I think about how they might try to get out of doing chores, right? So you might say to your mom or dad, actually, I don't want to do chores today. I just won't get my money and I'll just wait till I get it in the future. So my first reason is that kids would try to get out of doing chores. Now, it wouldn't be good if they're trying to get out of doing them because somehow they have to get done. All right? Go ahead and write your reason 1 right now. All right. Thinking about reason 2 about why kids should not get paid to do chores, it might make them think of chores as a job, which it's not. Everyone has to do their part. Things have to be done in the home, right? Teacher's responsibility. So, makes kids think of chores as a job. I'm going to put some air quotes around that because it's not a job. All right, go ahead and write your reason 2 down. If you agreed, why should they? If you didn't, why shouldn't? I want you to push yourselves to think of different reasons than mine listed here. Now, you could think of some similar ones, but try your best to think of some new ones. All right, and bringing it back, I have one more reason now to prove why I think kids should not get paid to do chores. Why shouldn't they? It might make kids think that they should get paid for everything. And as you're growing, you're learning. So, and even when you're all grown up, like Miss Anjos, there are still things that you just don't get paid for. You're not going to get paid for everything you do. So I'm going to say it would make kids think they should get paid for everything they do. Now that would just be plain silly, right? Like, oh, I'm going to eat my lunch. I should get paid for that. All right, now I'm going to go over my reasons and see, do they in fact prove that kids should not get paid to do chores? If I was a stranger off the street and I read this, would I be convinced that kids shouldn't get paid to do chores? They would try to get out of it. It would make kids think of chores as a job, and it would make kids think they should get paid for everything they do. I think that's pretty convincing. All right, read through your reasons. Make sure they back up where you stand in agreement or disagreement. You're going to keep that plan beside you because now we're going to start our writing. All right. So first things first, I always start with my what, everyone? Topic sentence. All right. So my topic sentence. Topic sentence. Topic sentence. Topic sentence. Is kids. Now as I write mine, you're going to write this on your prompt page in your packets. If you're accessing this on the device, you are typing it into that prompt I showed you earlier. Kids should not get paid to do chores. That's just what I think. Now I have to back that up. And remember, when I'm actually writing, I need to stretch out my reasons. Okay, so for my first reason, let's look at our plan. That's why we made it. It drives our writing forward. I wrote, it makes kids think that they will try to get out of doing chores. Okay. So for my first reason, I can start with the word first. First, go back to our topic sentence. If kids were to be paid, kids would most likely try to get out of doing chores. Kids would most likely try to get out of doing chores. And how would they try to get out of doing chores, you might ask? They might say, that's okay, I'll just not get my money. By saying, that's okay, I just won't get my money this week. I know some of you back home are thinking, what? That would not be me, but it might be someone out there. All right. Notice how I stretched it out from my plan over here. Now I'm going to move into my second reason. My second reason, again, consulting my plan, makes kids think of chores as a job. Now, again, I said that that might not be a good thing because everyone has to do their part and you won't get paid for everything you do. So I'm going to do it in a different color. I'm going to say, also, I'm going to repeat this line so they know what I'm talking about. If kids were to be paid, kids might think of chores as a job. When really everyone has to do their part. There are things to be done. And everyone has to do their part. I hope you guys are doing your part at home and helping your parents with your chores, whether you're paid or not. All right. Now I'm going to move into my reason 3. And my reason 3, I'm going to look at my chart again. My plan makes kids think that they should get paid for everything they do. So I would say, finally, if kids were to be paid, and again, I'm repeating this line so it drives my point forward that if kids were to be paid, this is how I would feel about it. If kids were to be paid, kids would think they should get paid for everything they do. Ooh, forgot to include that. Get paid for everything they do. All right, so as you can see, I have my topic sentence, my first reason, my second, my third, that all match my plan very clearly. And when you do your writing, you have to make sure you wrap it up all nicely with what everyone? A conclusion. A conclusion brings it back to your topic sentence and again, lets people know what your final opinion is. And how I would start that would be, anyone remember? Call it out, whisper it. You could tell Khaleesi here, I'll bring her back out. You can come let her know. All right, so I'm gonna write, in conclusion, kids should not get paid to do chores. And I'll put an exclamation point to show that I feel very strongly about that. All right. Now, you should have written down all of your reasons and your conclusion. Right now, I want you to go back and double check if you've capitalized everything you need to, the beginning of your sentences, proper nouns, make sure you're including your punctuation, make sure your heart words are spelled correctly, and most of all, make sure that your opinion makes sense. Now I'm going to read mine entirely through. Sorry guys, I went like out of the frame. And see if it makes sense. Kids should not get paid to do chores. Now you're going to tell me if you're convinced or not, okay? First, if kids were to be paid, kids would most likely try to get out of doing chores by saying, that's okay, I just won't get my money this week. Also, if kids were to be paid, kids might think of chores. Oh, I forgot a word. See, everybody makes mistakes, it's okay. Of chores as a job, when really there are things to be done and everyone has to do their part. Finally, if kids were to be paid, kids would think they should get paid for everything they do. In conclusion, kids should not get paid to do chores. Were you convinced? You tell me. All right. Now, I want you to read your writing to someone around you and see if they are convinced, and you can feel free to leave a comment below, or you could email one of your teachers on the team, and we'll be sharing it in the next video, in our next prompt. All right, great job everyone on your first day of writing your opinion based on a topic and not a text while distance learning. Give a big kiss in your brain and a pat, pat, pat on the back for a job well done. All right, we're going to stop there. Thank you again for joining us for writing, and we will see you on Monday for day 4 of distance learning for some more writing, and we'll have another prompt ready for you. Till then.